Sports Show, nearly our favourite segment, mate, the controversial corner with Bevo from Chewing the Fat joins us. Bevo, how are you?
Smithy, good to see you again, Baz.
Hi,
good
mate.
to see you as well.
And you cannot believe how happy I am to be back here, mate. Would I rather be in China? Yes. Would I rather be in Brisbane? Yes. But here I am with you, Blakes, and happy to be here. So
Great to be with you again.
I was watching the World Cup, mate.
Oh, you
I was
were,
there for a couple of games,
course
mate.
you were.
Yes, it was very good.
Yeah, disappointing the Aussies, though, weren't they, in the end? They were probably those last two games, they gave a really good shot, and they probably were in winning positions in both games, and they just let one slip, do you reckon?
It's a bit of sport, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, we'll see it the next couple of weeks here, even in front of us in the AFL, mate. Teams in winning positions that lose it.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
You see it in the NBA, you see it in the NFL, you see it in cricket. That's just sport, isn't it?
Right.
Hey, but a lot to look forward to, though.
There is a lot to look forward to.
Olympics, I reckon we're going to be right up there. We've got Ben Simmons come back in, Dante Exum, and I think Thun Maker as well. We didn't play, so three pretty good players come back in, Smithy.
And I reckon the United States might have a few to come back in as well. I think the gold medal may not be achievable as it was at the World Cup.
Maybe a bronze.
Well, I think they could get for the silver. You want to say you're going to have a go at the gold, but I would expect that this far out, you're going to expect a completely different USA team to turn up at the Olympics.
Yes,
so,
but good signs for Australia, though. I think
good signs. The signs are. Again, you're talking fourth in the world out of 240 countries. So it's not like we're saying you only played against 6 countries and thanks very much, here's the Ashes.
And Spain was number 2 in the world as well. Spain was number 2 in the world, and we took them to double overtime. That's a great effort. That's a lot to be proud about, for sure.
I agree with you, mate.
Yeah. So obviously, since you've been away, Smithy, a lot's been going on with the world of footy, and we'll start with Don Pike. And as everyone knows, he was obviously, some might say he walked out himself, but I think he was pushed. What do you guys think about that?
External review got him.
External review hasn't even
I don't
finished
like
yet.
external review.
It's the trouble when you deal with your power supporters, mate. You just get the knife straight in the back of these guys, fellas, don't you?
You know, there's a lot of... It's interesting you say that about Pikey. You know, they're all saying that, you know, that he's just had it, he's walked, he's gone, he's decided that now's the time to go for someone else to take over. You've got to read between the lines a little bit here. I think he's jumped.
I think he made the call.
Yeah,
I think he made the call. I don't think he was pushed. I think he's got to the point where he's gone, I can't take this team forward anymore with all the scrutiny that we've been under. I think you need someone new to freshen it up and take them forward. And I think he's made that decision. Well, I don't think he's jumped off. You think he's jumped? I think he's a ripping bloke. I don't know him. When I talk to the players that have been under him, they all go, yep, highly respect him. His record says that, you know, he's got him in a grand final 2 years ago, so he's doing a lot right. I think they kept an ageing list, and I think they had some problems that were perhaps partly to do with him and then partly to do with other departments. And he's gone, you know what? I can't take this forward, so I'm stepping away. I think he's done the honourable thing. I think the club's copping a bit of flack that he's been pushed. I wouldn't be surprised to see him bob up at Fremantle.
Yeah.
And he'd be a fantastic coach for
Well, he played for West Coast, so he's been involved with Western Australian footy before. And something that he raised that was a really good point, Smithy. I want to ask you about this because you've coached the Adelaide 36ers, obviously in Adelaide being such a sporting mad town. And Pikey raised a really good point the other day, guys. He said sometimes sport within South Australia becomes such a big, you know, so much pressure and a bit of a fishbowl situation.
Come on.
You know, did you feel the same a little bit, that extra pressure being in Adelaide versus, say, being, say, in Melbourne or Queensland or Sydney, Smithy?
The advantage for me coaching the 36ers was we were the only team. So we weren't dealing with Power and Crows. So if you coached the 36ers, everybody loved you. So I never had to deal with a situation with, the Power's this or the Crows are that. It was always, we love the 36ers. The problem that I faced was because we were really successful for 5 or 6 years, when the tide turned, everyone just thought the success would continue. So the club's gone broke, can't recruit anyone, you haven't got any money. Now you're looking for a miracle. Well, no one gives you a miracle. And so that's when the tide turns, when people are uneducated to fully understand what's been going on and why those things are occurring. So I think, though, and Baz and I were talking about this off air, I think what you're finding now is that Sydney and Brisbane because they're playing so well, Sydney also, are becoming the clubs of destination. So they don't have to deal with the media scrutiny. So they can have a life outside of footy. The microscope in Adelaide is massive. And yes, you have to deal with it. You're only in it for a little while. So embrace the pressure, get on with it, and understand that people have an opinion. Sometimes it's ill-informed.
It's not for everyone, isn't it? And like you said,
But surely you know if you're going to take on a job like the coach of Adelaide or the coach of Port Adelaide, that's the situation. Surely you would know that before you went, yep, I'm signing for 3 years.
True, but you may not know as much as until you're actually in that role.
yeah.
In that role.
I reckon if
mate,
you-
it's the biggest sport in the country.
I reckon if you asked Ken and you asked Pikey whether they thought when they started losing the heat would be as hot as it was, they'd probably go,
You'd
"We're
have to know
we were
that."
expecting it, but not this
Yeah.
depth of it."
Well,
you know?
I think you'd have to know
So-
that. It's the biggest sport in the land. It's the biggest sport
I
in the
think
land.
you know it's coming, but
Yeah,
I just don't,
I'm not sure
It's a bit
that,
of a
you know.
tsunami, mate.
I'm not sure with Pikey. I'm a bit funny with the Pike one. I was surprised that he went.
Yeah.
I knew someone would go. With
Yeah.
the external review, someone's going to go.
And the camp had lots to it as well.
I didn't think that he would
Yeah.
be the one. Yet, and then out he comes, and bang, he's gone. And you've got to question that. You
Well,
have to go.
Yeah, but he took
why
some
is he
responsibility. He said, "I take some responsibility for what's happened."
I reckon Brett Burns the next one on
and
the
that's
chopping block
fine.
as well.
That's fine. But
Yeah.
I take some response. But is it going to say, well, I'm going to quit my job, my $600,000-$700,000 a year job? I'm going to quit.
Well, doesn't that show? But don't you reckon that shows he's doing it for the right reasons?
No, it's
because he hasn't stayed for the money.
For me, it smells
It smells.
just a little bit.
All right.
Could
Well,
Brett
that's all I'm saying.
Burton be the next one to go
Let's
as well?
agree to
Well,
disagree on that.
yeah, okay.
I wouldn't
but
be surprised.
I think when it comes out, let's
Let's see
wait.
what happens in the next couple of years.
Yeah,
We'll get an
exactly.
answer. Yeah, yeah.
And I think we'll cop the. And mate, if you're right, that people are saying he's done the honourable thing. If that's the honourable thing, that's the first time I've ever seen it done in the AFL. Who else has done the honourable
So
thing?
let me ask you this question though: if you're sitting in Pikey's seat
Yeah.
and you stay, and the first 6 games are losses,
Yeah.
how do you reckon it's going then for the
Not
club?
good. Not good at
going
all.
good for the club or for him, is it?
But is it going to make any difference for if Bevo comes in and does the job and they lose? It's not going to make any difference.
I reckon it does.
Change a coach
I reckon it does.
because I think
So he'll
Adelaide.
get a bit of breathing space. Won't he?
I
New
think
coaches
Adelaide
always
left
get a
it a
little
year
bit.
late.
Yeah.
They left it a year late.
I guess the next question is, who will be the next coach? Will they go for a Brad Scott, Ross Lyon, or will they try someone like a Scotty Burns or someone that hasn't coached at a senior level before?
It's an interesting one. That
Yeah,
is
it's
an
a tough
interesting
one. That's up to the club, and I think that decision is a little way away as
I
well.
reckon what you would do is look at the coach's record. So if you talk about those two and go, what would they bring to Adelaide that would have us believe that they're going to take us any further?
Yeah,
So
you've gotta be
Ross Lyon
careful.
with Fremantle, his record's not that good.
No, you've got to be careful.
Brad Scott's record isn't that good.
No.
When you're talking about what you're just saying about, I'm going to come into South Australia, and we want success straight away, mate. We're not on the 3-year program. We're not on the 5-year program.
Yeah, that's
we
true.
want to see the spike going like this, and we want to be in the grand final.
Yeah.
Those two coaches don't fall into that bracket.
No, they
Well,
don't.
well, Craig Hutchison the other night raised a very, very interesting point, and Baz, this might make you a bit fired up. He said, would the Crows chase Ken Hinkley?
What?
This is a true story.
What?
Hutchie said, would
Let me tell
the
you something.
Crows
Davo.
consider Ken Hinkley?
All right, let's put this to bed right now.
Yeah.
Ken Hinkley, when he first arrived in SA, said that he's always wanted to coach a traditional football club. All right? Now, so Port Adelaide is your traditional football club.
Yep.
He had offers from Gold Coast, big offers from Gold Coast.
He
He
did.
never even looked at.
He was an assistant
because
coach, wasn't he? Yeah.
he wanted to coach a traditional football club. The answer to that question, no. There.
There you go, Craig Hutchison, if you're watching.
Well,
So-
Hutchie, mate, go and find something else because you are way, way off the mark. Well, yeah,
I reckon
and
there's probably a few
that's a
times
classic
on that
case.
show that a couple of them have been way off
well,
the
that's
mark.
exactly.
So, yeah.
Now, that's a very good point, Phil.
Yeah.
Don't make things up just for the sake of making things up. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
All right,
like-
we need to
yeah.
finish up, boys. We're getting the wind up from the floor manager. Mate, he's about to throw his wrist out in a minute if we don't get off there. So stay with us. Still a bit more to come on the show.